Hello guys, how are you? Today we are going to see the under the hood of Zoho MCP. This should have been the first video in the series, but I created the demo first and now we are looking into what exactly Zoho MCP consists of, what MCP is and how you can utilize the tool to benefit for your business or your Zoho applications. So let's get on with it and let's start with the understanding of Zoho MCP in details.
Let's be real for a second. Managing customer data across five entirely disconnected tools is probably costing your team at least 6 hours of tedious manual work every single week. Well, today in this explainer, we are going to dive into exactly how you can automate those complex customer follow ups and build out entire operational workflows using Zoho MCP. And honestly, this matters directly to your bottom line. Eliminating all that manual data entry, it drastically reduces your operational cost. It literally removes human error from the equation and it finally gives your team their valuable time back to focus on high value tasks. 6 hours, your team is likely spending at least that much time every week, trapped in a super inefficient state. We are talking about endless manual data entry, constantly updating duplicate record across different platforms, and frankly suffering the very real revenue cost of lost follow ups. I mean, think about it. Every single time a sales rep has to manually copy a client's information out of Zoho CRM just to paste it into Zoho Mail for a welcome packet and then generate a manual invoice in Zoho Books. Your business loses time and introduces errors. This whole wheelchair approach to managing data is just a massive bottleneck. And this gets right to the core frustration operations managers face today. AI can think, but it can't act. You might already be using AI agents to, draft emails, write code, or summarize long reports. But those gaps become painfully obvious the very second you ask the AI to actually update a Zoho CRM module or say, assign a sales lead. Suddenly, it requires manual human intervention. Just to execute the action, it completely bottlenecks your whole operation. The contrast in how we actually fix this is pretty stark. The old way using traditional API basically forces your business to build these fragmented custom integrations. Every new tool demands custom code, completely wasting development time and creating siloed execution that still requires manual triggers. You definitely do not want that. What you want is an autonomous workflow, a setup where your tools operate seamlessly together without any human intervention required whatsoever. Enter the Model Context Protocol, or MCP for short. Think of MCP in plain English as the USB-C for AI agents. It's a completely standardized open protocol that connects your AI's intelligence directly to your enterprise systems. With Zoho MCP, you literally no longer need to write custom code for every single data source. It standardizes access, letting your AI speak directly to your business apps without all those usual integration headaches. A total game changer, right? Okay, let's break this architecture down into three logical pieces. First up, you have the MCP client. This is your AI agent like Claude or Copilot where you actually give your instruction. Second, you have the MCP server. This is the bridge managed by Zoho that safely connects your AI over to your external systems. And third, you have tools. These are the executable functions like search records in Zoho CRM that let the AI actually perform action. This whole setup dictates exactly how context flows securely from your prompt straight into your Zoho application. Walk through automating client onboarding. So, here is exactly how you implement this step by step. First, you navigate over to your Zoho MCP console and create a new server, giving it a nice descriptive name. Second, you just click config tools to add your services. Third, you click the connect tab and copy your unique MCP URL. And finally, you navigate to the settings in your AI client, like pod for instance, and just add that URL right in as a new integration. Boom, done. Now, let's highlight a critical decision point back in step 2. When you configure your tools, you are going to browse a list of over 950 predefined applications. Wow, right? For our onboarding example, you select search records in Zoho CRM and send email in Zoho Mail. You are choosing the specific options to give your AI the exact permission it needs to read the deal data and then send the follow up message. You just authorize it once and the AI handles the rest automatically. Now, a super common error here is being just a way too vague with your AI agent. To make this work flawlessly, you absolutely must follow these prompting best practices. First, structure your prompt as a declarative intent, meaning state exactly what you want to happen. Next, use specific unique model IDs from your Zoho app so the AI doesn't have to sit there and guess which record to update. And lastly, explicitly state your edge cases your AI agent really needs. Exact field IDs to execute the workflow without throwing error. The before and after here is just transformative. With traditional APIs, parameters handling is static and strict. It basically requires manual inputs every single step of the way. But with Zoho MCP, parameters handling becomes dynamic and context aware. Your AI dynamically pulls the client's email right from the CRM, understands the context of the newly closed deal, and feeds it directly into Zoho Mail to send out the master service agreement. It completely harmonizes the context across your entire suite, and the quantifiable results are really where you see the massive business benefit. What used to be a 6 hours of manual entry drops down to essentially 5 minutes of automated behind the scenes processing. Your response time to a newly closed client drops from 24 hours to near instant. I mean, this immediate turnaround drastically improves customer satisfaction and it frees your team up to focus on closing that very next deal, directly driving your revenue. So, I want to leave you with a bit of provocative question today. Which manual workflow will your business automate first? Really think about your most tedious daily operation. You know, the repetitive task across Zoho Books, Zoho Desk, or Zoho CRM that are just constantly draining your team's energy and morale. Because with Zoho MCP, those workflows can now operate entirely on their own. It's time to take action and start your automation journey. Navigate directly to your Zoho MCP console right now to create your first server. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and we will see you in the next one.